Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome back to the Cassini project. Last time our crew departed Starbase 117 on course for the California Nebula, where they are going to investigate the loss of another Pathfinder-class ship, USS Hayabusa, which Commander Catharis's doppelganger had apparently had some interest in, and you're going to investigate. And the captain said, engage, and about an hour after that, you guys are traveling at warp when the communications officer goes, Captain, we're receiving orders to maintain station keeping.
Come again?
It's coming from one of the classified channels. I don't know who sent the order.
Alright, well, let me take a look at it.
Alright.
Actually, Catharis, could you take a look at it?
Okay. I will go over and look at this message.
Alright, as the executive officer and intelligence officer, it's an authenticated message. Someone in the Admiralty sent it on intelligence channels. Basically, this is like one of those codes where don't discuss this beyond the senior staff so it doesn't leave the bridge. Kind of a deal.
Okay.
No records will be kept in your ship's log.
It definitely seems legitimate. Senior eyes only.
Alright. Is it meeting time then?
No. So are you gonna comply with the order?
Yes.
Yeah, because up until this point, Graz is still flying the plane without having received his orders.
Mm-hmm. So as you drop out of warp, very shortly, like a few seconds afterwards, the USS Loma Prieta drops out of warp.
Alright.
And Captain, there's an order transmitted to the communications officer saying, Captain, could you please go to the transporter room, relieve the ensign in charge, and await the arrival of Admiral Tanay.
Oh boy.
Just when I thought we'd gotten rid of all our admirals.
Keep popping out of the woodwork, apparently. Alright, you have the con, Commander. You have the bridge.
Your term was right.
Oh, okay. And the captain will head down to the transporter room 1.
Alright. So, you walk in at the transporter room, you relieve the ensign, signal, like, okay, it's time for the Admiral to come over, and she beams over. Captain Harrison, it is agreeable to see you again.
Likewise, Admiral Tanay. May I ask why for all the secrecy?
Well, to be honest, Captain, this is only tangentially related to your mission, and it was only logical to take extra security precautions with what I am about to ask you.
Very well.
I am aware that you and your mother have become closer and are interacting more frequently.
We're interacting more frequently. Closer is subjective.
Indeed, and I wish to take advantage of that subjectiveness for the benefit of the Federation. I am aware of Admiral Komarova's alliances inside of the Federation.
No need to stand on ceremony here, Admiral. I believe we both know what she's a part of.
Indeed. And if I understand her personality, she will attempt to bring you back into the fold, if she has not done so already.
I've made my stance on that quite clear.
Well, I wanted to offer you the opportunity to leverage this availability to gather intelligence on their operations for Starfleet.
Is this an official order, or is this coming as more of a request?
Officially, this would be a member of an intelligence operation that would have to remain off the books. Simply due to the nature of the organization in question.
Admiral, this may come as a shock, but I'm intentionally out of the game. As it stands, I have a family again. I have to put them first, and putting myself back into the business of Cloak and Dagger is anemia to that. As much as my mother may be, as much as her activities may start to become actively dangerous, given the current stance of the other Catheris, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be involved in Starfleet to begin with. And I'm not entirely prepared to start operating against any member of my family to this degree. I understand what she's done, and I'm certainly willing to testify for any crime she may have committed. But I'm not looking to put myself back onto that kind of radar for the risk it might pose to either myself or my family.
The Admiral has just kind of raised an eyebrow during this and responds, "This is a logical decision, Captain."
I do apologize if my response has disappointed you.
Disappointment would not be logical, but it would be expected. I will, however, simply say I understand your reasoning, and I will make no further inquiries on this matter.
Thank you.
However, I would request that, should you come into any information that could be potentially damaging to the Federation regarding their activities, that you please think about your decisions and hopefully make the right one.
I understand. And if you find a way to nail her ass to the wall officially, I would very much like to be a part of that.
You get this look crosses her face, almost as if like she's resisting the urge to smile at this. And she says, "Understood. If such an opportunity arises, I will inform you."
But it has to be by the book, or it's not worth anything.
We'll see what we're able to come up with, Captain.
Very
And
well,
she
Admiral.
steps back up onto the transporter pad, taps her comm badge. Tene to Loma Prieta, 1 to beam up. And the Admiral dematerializes.
Oh, boy. I am. Ah, Jesus. Okay. And the captain brings the ensign back in and heads back to the bridge.
All right. You return to the bridge. The LP has left, flying back towards Starbase 39 Sierra.
All right, Lieutenant, resume course.
Aye, sir. He's gonna replot the course. I presume it's just re-engaging warp since course is already plotted in.
Exactly.
You come out neutral.
Oh no, he
Disengage the
forgot,
parking brake.
Yeah.
he forgot to put enough pressure on the clutch in the engine stall.
Oof. The captain is going to sit back in his chair and just pinch the bridge of his nose a bit. Whew. Oh, boy. What's our current ETA on our next location?
Let's see. Graz, can I get you to do a reason con roll?
Okay, will do.
First roll of the night, no pressure.
I'm also tempted to do an inside command check just to find out what's going on with the captain. But right now, this will be reason con. No momentum. I don't get no focus, I guess, either.
I mean, do you have a focus in navigation?
It's
Or,
all it's all piloting and maneuvering.
Gotcha. Graz is a specialist in flying the ship. Navigation is not his specialty, however.
320s.
All right, 1 success, which is more than enough. Basically, what you'd say to reach the Pleiades, you're looking at least about 3 weeks worth of travel, and then another 3 weeks to the California Nebula.
Any chance we can cut that down through the use of the quantum slipstream drive?
That's including the QSD.
Oh boy, we have a bit of a flight ahead of us.
Mm-hmm. The reminder that the Pathfinder class's QSD can't be. It's like the drive for the NSEA protector. It's not meant for sustained use. It's a quick boost. Don't hold the button down. Blow out your engines. Have to look for beryllium.
It's nitrous. Okay.
Yeah. You can run it. The Pathfinder class can run it for 20 seconds within. I think it's an 4-hour cooldown time before you can run it again. If this was the Gagarin, they can run a lot faster and have a much quicker cooldown period.
They say don't covet thy neighbor's starship, but geez.
So, Captain, any news?
Oh, I think I feel comfortable sharing at this moment in time.
Was it oh, well, if you're not sharing, then I won't.
Well, actually, Commander, I do need to speak with you privately.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those moments.
Okay.
All right.
Actually, yeah, if you'll join me in my ready room. Kingon, you have the con.
Aye, Captain.
All right. So the captain and Exa walk into the captain's ready room.
All right.
What did I do?
just want
What did
to... Not you.
What
but I
did
didn't want to
she
get
do?
Not her. Your family isn't involved in this, for once.
Oh. What did your mom?
Yeah, actually, Admiral Tanae, she came to me and she wanted to ask if I'd be willing to spy on my mom.
Oh. How very double agent of you.
I'm not doing it
Why?
because I don't want to get involved in that anymore.
It could be really beneficial.
Maybe. But I am not my mother's keeper, first off. Secondly, I have a family. I can't put them in that kind of danger by getting back into the world of spy versus spy, secrets, backstabbing.
You're already in that danger. You're not gonna change it by...
I'm on the periphery. I'm not deeply involved, and I am
There-
so utterly
there's no
tired of secrets.
There's no periphery. There's just being in it and not being in it. And you're in it.
It doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel that way from where I'm standing, to be honest.
Well... I guess I don't want to mess with your perspective.
I mean, well, we are intelligence agents, yes, but we're not. I'm not looking to join a shadow resistance against Section 31. Because I'm not looking to involve myself in that life again. Anymore.
You wouldn't be working for Section 31. You'd be working for the Admiralty.
Yeah, but everything would have to be below board, nothing official.
So, like, normal, then.
Yeah, which we're trying to get out of.
Are we? Because currently we're flying 6 weeks straight into another intelligence gathering operation.
Yes, but this one is official.
Ish. Official-ish.
Besides, look, the Kill Theris is a threat to everyone who in the entire galaxy. And that's not something I'm going to walk away from. But after that, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be in Starfleet.
If I was you, I'd want to keep a close eye on your mom.
Plenty of people already are. And I am tired of having to keep righting her wrongs.
She's
I can't...
your mom.
Yeah. But she's her own person who's made her own choices, and I've got my own family to worry about now. I mean, I'm a little bit worried about Lucas, but I mean... That's not a bridge I can really cross until I come to it.
You're not even a little bit worried that she could be in danger?
It's not her being in danger that I'm worried about. It's her causing danger for others.
Wrath of Mom.
Catheris just kind of gives you a strange look.
What?
She's your mom.
It's going to be difficult to explain.
Try me.
Okay. For the entirety of my life, until recently, I've had no direct... I was never allowed to make my own decisions. I didn't have an executive function. I followed her lead and her suggestion and her orders.
Are you sure, or do you think that's just your perception of it?
It might be a perception, but that's the only thing I have to operate off of.
She's still your mother.
What?
And
So what if she's my mother? If she's a terrible person?
so was I. So were you.
Yeah, you're making the effort to change. She isn't.
How do you know? You haven't spoken
Because
with
I-
her.
As I'd have, I had Thanksgiving dinner with her.
Okay, and?
And she has shown no remorse for her actions.
Okay, what was your conversation with her at Thanksgiving?
We talked about what had happened. We talked about her speaking with the Admiralty, her promotion, quote unquote.
And?
She's doubling down.
Have you ever thought that maybe she's afraid?
Of what?
This is all she knows. She's literally thrown her entire self into her work. To the point where she sacrificed her life with her children. If she loses her job, she loses everything.
Maybe
Don't you say she deserves it. Because no one deserves that.
no one?
I've become a big believer in second chances.
You're not her. You never were.
You might remember what happened, but you don't know what goes on in my head sometimes.
Evidently not.
Meanwhile, a couple of things down, the counselor's like, if anyone knew what was going on to your guys' head, go insane.
Regardless, it's important. I feel it's important to keep you in the loop on this.
I appreciate it.
And again, I've told the Admiral, if there is an official way to bring charges against her, I am all for it and I will participate. But I'm not interested in going below the waves to find this anymore. It's not me, and that's not the example I want. It's not me, and that's not the example I want to set.
Well, if you don't get your hands dirty, someone else will.
Probably.
You know, I think this is a good part to end this particular scene because that was just a great moment to end on.
Sounds good.
All right. But we're going to end up going back to the bridge while this discussion is going on.
Everybody shoved to one side.
I have to leave room for when you walk back into the bridge.
No, I imagine they're all just listening in at the ready room door.
Oh yeah. Just everybody's listening there. Talus has her little antenna against the door, like, come on.
Replicated replicated the glass cup and just put it up against.
And you guys are like,
the doctor's just listening for the sound of smashing equipment. That's it.
and you're like a minute into the scenario, it's like, we have acoustic dampening fields, right?
All right.
And so everyone just kind of starts shuffling back to their chairs. Talus, this is actually a moment for you, believe it or not.
Woo!
One of your crewmen, let's see, what was her name again? Lieutenant Voralis, the Delphinian tactical officer who's in security, your relief shift person, comes onto the bridge and is like, so, here you're starting a fight club.
Yeah, you want in?
Well, there goes rule number 1.
On this ship, nothing stays secret. And she goes, well, I'd like to help you at least get set up.
Sure, I'd appreciate all the help. Currently, I'm the only one really doing anything with it.
Well, I mean, I don't think tactical is going to have much to do for a while, and we could probably use a distraction.
That's what I was thinking.
Where do you want to host this? I'm assuming the holodecks, because I can't think of a cargo bay that's empty.
Yeah, given the amount of space on the ship right now, I was thinking the holodeck would probably be the most logical choice. Although, I really miss the smell of authentic sweaty gym mats.
I'll see about arranging that olfactory sense.
It's never the same, but you're welcome to try.
No, I'll just, I'll just talk to Axelon, and I think he's got some Leota root somewhere, and we can just, rub it on people, and it'll be the same effect.
Right on. All right, we'll hop to it.
Yes, ma'am. And she walks into the turbo lift, and the door's closed.
Talus just kind of grins to herself. Goes back to, whatever she was doing.
Okay. So a few minutes pass, and the captain and the commander walk back out with some inscrutable looks on their face that indicates, the usual conflict of opinions between the two of them.
Yes, Mom and Dad were fighting again. So Talus is gonna make eye contact with Catheris and kind of do the head motion come here. I will subtly shift my pathing to go towards the tactical.
Which is really awkward because the tactical station, the Tuvok chair, is right next to the ready room door.
Yep. It's like, oh, I suddenly forgot my pen. Turn around. It's kind of like I was going this way and now we're pivoting and going the other way. Pat my pockets for my phone. Turn around.
Where did I leave my pad? Is it on the warp again? All right, so you walk up to Talus.
Yeah, I walk up to Talus. Well, that's not good. Talus kind of says under her breath. What's not good? She kind of looks at you, looks at the captain, looks at you again. It's fine. Drama.
Drama.
Is it the kind of drama that I'm gonna have to get involved with? God, I hope not. Oh, so it's good then. I just mouthed the word mom. And Talus kind of just
like does that like teeth clenchy fake smile and nod.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die! Game over, man! Game over!
Game over, man! Game over!
Yeah, where the Admiral is concerned, yeah. One can hope.
Yeah.
Only for the weak.
We can talk about it later.
Yeah, that sounds good. I was never mind. I was trying to design some of the holographic stuff for the
Fight Club?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have one of my people actually trying to replicate that actual authentic matte sweat smell.
Why?
Cause it's not complete without it. It won't be the gross kind. It'll be like it's been cleaned recently kind. Okay, fine. Ixnay on that. Fine.
It's a little bit pungent.
Yeah, I forget. You're kind of more sensitive to that kind of thing, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll belay that.
But yeah, it'll be good. I've been looking up schematics from old fight rings and stuff.
You know, I've kind of just been shotgunning a lot of this. If you have any suggestions, I'm all ears.
And honey.
Yeah, I'll show you later, but I found this one that was like 12-sided that was really crazy, and it had like a whole section where you could run up on the walls, and I think it was a little bit too extreme, but it was really cool to look at. So
Oh yeah. I was looking at like those Zunkatse rings. They're kind of interesting looking.
yeah, they're interesting, but they're kind of too low in the ceiling.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree with that.
Plus, then you have to pay royalties to The Rock, so...
But yeah, also, first rule of our Fight Club, Captain goes last.
Captain goes last.
Yeah.
So he can like beat us up while we're already beat up?
No, because then he's fighting the one who's clearly the strongest.
Ah, gotcha.
And then beating the crap out of them when they're exhausted.
Exactly.
How quiet is everyone being during this?
Oh boy, School of Hard Knocks right there.
No, I mean, I got a character. I was wondering if the captain should be rolling his eyes at this point.
Probably.
You know what? I'm gonna make this a roll for Harrison. Let's see if that augmented hearing ability pays off.
Yes, my genetically enhanced hearing. Alright, what am I rolling?
I guess this would be Insight Command.
Alright.
I'm not gonna allow any.
Fitness command, maybe.
No, this would be Insight because fitness would deal more with like physical activities like jogging or something. This is more like being able to hear what they're saying, but it's also a social kind of thing where you have to be able to analyze what they're saying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No worries. I'll just roll flat.
That's fine. You didn't have any focuses in either, and yeah, you succeed. You hear what they're saying.
The captain's just rolling his eyes.
Probably can hear us.
Probably right.
Logan, just mind your own business and look at the screen!
Look at the pretty stars.
I probably do have a couple of reports to get on.
It's at this moment when Lieutenant Callus is like, Captain, I'm receiving a distress call, very faint.
Source?
It's bearing 020 mark 315.
What can you make of it?
Not much. It's very staticky. I'm catching a few words. Freighter, damaged, Klingons.
You have alert. Helm, set a course for the distress signal, maximum warp. Alright, alert engineering and medical may be taking both, maybe taking,
Casualties.
Wounded?
casualties, yes. Yeah.
Alright. So, ship turns, warps off into the direction of the distress call, and
Kingon, I want to know what we're looking at before we get there.
I'll start
Alright.
running scans now, Captain.
Great.
alright. Reason science assisted with the ship's sensors and science.
Reason
Usual
science.
Yeah,
I
science
can-
scan, difficulty 1.
Who's rolling for the ship tonight?
Reason
I'm gonna-
science.
I'm still giving that to Journey
Oh.
since he has nothing to do in space.
Stellar cartography or astrophysics focus?
Neither of these would really apply here. This is more of you're doing a ship recognition tactical scan.
Gotcha. All right, here goes.
That's 2.
2 successes.
And nothing from the ship, but that still gives you a point of momentum.
Yay!
You are reading a Theta-class freighter being attacked by a Klingon bird of prey. It looks like it's been pretty badly beat up. The bird of prey is continuing to attack it. A little too far out to read life sign.
Is it, can I tell if it's a House Torg configuration?
There's not really a way you can actually tell that. Like, you would
Okay.
have to, like, be able to, like, get in visual range and, like, read the emblems on it
What about the transponder signal?
of the bird of prey.
Yeah.
Transponder signal correlates with a standard Klingon Defence Force. So, that was, by the way,
One civilian transport under attack by a Klingon bird of prey. I suspect it may be House Torg.
Is it affiliated with anyone? I'm asking, is
The
it
bird of prey or the transport?
the bird of prey? I'm asking if
IFF
like,
codes read standard Klingon Defence Force, Captain.
can I get an insight command roll from either Talus or the captain on that? Or Paris?
I'd be willing to assist whomever's making the roll.
All right. Steph, Sarah, which one of you wants to take the lead?
What is it? Sorry?
I need an
Insight command?
insight security.
What's your insight?
10.
Okay, my security's 5, but my insight's only 8.
Okay, so my target is higher.
And this is a difficulty 1 roll, so not super hard.
Ah, well then, yeah, just go ahead and roll.
Do I have a focus?
This would be intelligence operations.
Can I buy an extra die for caution?
Yes, of course.
Nice.
Ooh, very nicely done. Okay, if it's reading a current KDF transponder signal, this can't be House Torg. They're discommoded, they don't have access to those frequencies.
Yeah. Kingon, I don't think Torg is with the KDF anymore, if they were in the first place.
They were not, but then it does raise the question of what could be going on here.
Let's find out
Should
then.
know shortly. Brian, I'd like to see if I can scan the contents of that transport.
All right, I will allow that.
And after
Reasons-
that, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Okay, reason science, assisted with the ship, difficulty 3.
Okay, I'm going to take a momentum here as well. Do any of my focuses apply here?
I am going to say no.
Okay.
All right. And after that, I would like to hail the bird of prey.
All right,
Absolutely.
rolling.
Yeah.
2 successes for me. Just need 1 from the ship.
Yes.
All right. So you hit your target number. You realize that you're having a difficult time scanning through the interference because the ship is on fire, there's leaking plasma, and so forth. You're not reading anything in its cargo hold. That strikes you as unusual.
Captain, according to my sensors, the transport's cargo hold is empty.
Empty or being blocked?
That is a very good question, Captain.
Well, with your extra thing that you can get from scanning, I'm gonna say you're not being blocked.
Okay.
There's no active dampening field. There was just the damage to the ship.
No active dampening, Captain. Just damage to the ship. They may have lost their cargo in the attack.
Even stranger then. All right. You are really quiet there, Baz.
Yeah. Got from being too loud to being too quiet.
He is very, very far away.
I'm on the other side of the bridge.
This is not an Odyssey class.
I was just thinking that, Sarah.
Take a quick jog to get there.
Anyway,
All right. Well, it sounds like we're not going to
There
see.
we go.
That much better. Yeah.
Yeah. So what I was saying, if they had any to begin with.
We need to get to the bottom of this. Hail the bird of prey.
Hailing frequencies open, Captain.
Kingon Defence Force, bird of prey. This is the USS Cassini. Please respond.
USS Cassini.
Please?
Why are you interfering in our affairs?
Responding to a distress call sent out by the freighter. May I ask why you're attacking that vessel?
The freighter's captain is a pirate, Captain.
I assume you have proof for this accusation?
He is without honor. What proof do we need?
Well, according to the Alliance bylaws set up, you do require a warrant.
Warrants. Ah! This Vec would be a piece of the gah in your federation. And you want us to produce a warrant?
Yes, I do.
He ends the transmission right there.
Kingon, can you scan for life signs on that transport?
Scanning. Reason science?
Same, and yes, I think you have... Whatever your biology focus is, they'll apply because...
Okay, so what's my difficulty?
1. Well, actually
Alright.
2. 2 reduced to 1 because of the ship sensors.
Very cool. All right, here goes. There's 2.
Nice.
3.
All right. There are life forms on board. Human.
I'm reading human life signs on board the freighter, Captain.
Oh lord, that's mud ship.
If it's mud ship, we could just pretend this never happened.
It's tempting. No, but he works alone, doesn't he?
He did have a crew, if you remember, that was captured by the hand, and he got back.
That's fair.
But you have no evidence this is mud either.
Correct. Brian, given what I know of Klingon culture, would it be reasonable to assume that the bird of prey will not answer hails if we try again?
Please do an insight command roll.
All right. I'm gonna grab a die for momentum.
Okay.
Can I assist with that roll?
Yeah,
You
please.
This is difficulty 1. This isn't very hard.
Okay. Yeah, but it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why.
That's 5.
No help from me.
4.
Okay. Which brings you up to 5 momentum. You know that if you attempt to hail them again, they're gonna...
All right.
And this, by the way, is when you guys come out of warp. into the battlefield.
All red alert! All hands, battle stations.
Aye, sir. The ship goes to red alert.
Captain, if we wanted to de-escalate, we could attempt a tractor beam on the bird of prey. Or, for that matter, on the transport. Extend our shields around them, perhaps?
That's a good start. Yeah, let's start with that.
Aye, sir. Alright.
All right, so you're extending the shields around it, or
Well, we're gonna need to get in close first off.
Yeah,
Okay.
so extending shields, so we're gonna get close to it, and then
so Baz, I'm gonna need a roll from you. Difficulty 2. This is gonna be daring con, because you're effectively flying into weapons fire to protect the ship.
this is just another day at the office for me.
Difficulty 2.
I mean, he already flew through the Iconian War, so it's like, yeah, whatever.
Twice.
This will be
Yeah.
taking a momentum just because.
And you remembered it
That's
once.
what it's there for.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Holy shit!
Graz is on form tonight.
All right.
Did the ship need to roll for that, or was that just him?
I don't think we can have the ship roll at this point. We got. Let's see. That would be 2 floating momentum that you can use.
Those fingers are dancing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for the momentum, I want to sort of interpose the Cassini between the Klingon ship and the freighter.
All right. So you managed to basically get the alignment that's on the screen now, where the Cassini is now blocking the bird of prey's path, and when they try to move, you are drifting the ship so that it's swinging both ways, blocking them.
Can
It's like
touch
a game
me,
of keep
can
away.
touch me, can touch me.
You're literally applying bossing techniques to starships.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a targ.
Alright, we're interposed.
Yes, you're interposed.
Alright, we'll need to extend our shield bubble around the freighter. And once that's done, we can start beaming out survivors.
All right. This would fall to, I guess this would be Talus's job as the tactical officer.
Yo.
Daring, what would extend shields be? I don't think we've ever had to do that before.
I don't know,
Engineering,
that might be an
maybe?
engineering thing. It might not be a me thing.
Well,
A
would
daring
it be
engineering role.
It would be a you thing because you're the tactical officer. You are in control of the shields.
I can assist.
Okay.
It's a science
Yeah,
power,
that's the
technically.
thing, though. Is it
I mean,
Yeah, it's a sci-
or is it a security thing? Because if it's an engineering thing,
I remember during the Equinox two-parter in Voyager, it was Tuvok's task to do.
Yeah, it's Tuvok's job to do it. I mean, you're technically in the operation chair because it's the Tuvok chair.
Yeah.
So you have control over the tactical system.
Harry
So
was off operations.
yeah, but Tuvok had tactical operations.
Right.
So
Right,
you have
that's
you
true,
can
But if it's an engineering role, this is not going to be good.
engineering. This wouldn't be under engineering.
Okay.
And for 2 reasons. First off, we don't have a playable engineer. It falls to the players first. Second, the shields are a tactical system. So the
Right.
3 things you're in charge of are weapons, security teams, and then the shields and tractor beam.
What's the usual role to raise the shields?
It's just a minor action.
Oh, I thought it required a roll if you were
No,
bringing them
restoring
back up.
shields does.
Restoring shields, which is a totally different department.
Yeah, that's not the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is either a security thing or sometimes the science department stuff, because science does weird things to the shields, like remodulations. But this would be very much a tactical department thing. I'm gonna go with, I guess this would be daring security for space. That seems like the closest analog. This is a very daring night.
Okay, I'm gonna take a momentum here.
We've got it to spare.
We do.
Is a
Alright.
weapon science for the ship?
Yeah, I think that would probably be the closest one. It would be weapons.
Weapons science. All right. Nice.
All right,
3.
so you regain your momentum. You successfully, your shield bubble extends and surrounds the other ship.
The shields have been extended to surround the freighter captain.
Good work.
And I need you guys to expend a point of power doing.
All right. Journey.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, so that's 2 of us that went. I'm assuming it's the Klingons next.
Quick question. We're currently at 7 power. Are we supposed to be at 13?
You're supposed to be at 13. You should be full.
Yeah, you start the scene at max.
That's leftover from the war. I don't think anyone should bother to unfix it.
We're fixed.
Okay. All right. So you've successfully raised the shield, and there's an incoming transmission from the Klingon.
On screen.
Audio only, Captain. You would dare defend this honorless Vec?
Captain, we're just trying to get to the bottom of this situation. Until I know more about what's going on and why you're firing upon this freighter, I'm not going to allow any further combat.
Very well. But you have sided against us in battle. And this we do not forgive or forget. And the bird of prey looks.
Did we manage
so
to get?
scary.
Is the channel closed?
Yeah, channel's closed.
Kagon's like, this we do not forgive him. What a bunch of posers.
Did we manage to get a house with the?
No,
No
house.
We could probably see any
they
emblems on the side of their ship now.
They
Before they cloaked.
Before they cloaked, standard Kingon Defence Force configuration. So,
So they weren't attaching the house, they were actually part of the mainline KDF.
right, this is...
Ah.
So the KDF is actually divided into 2 units. There's the one that serves the general empire, and then each house has their own forces inside of it. This was the more generalized, we serve the empire as a whole.
Ah. Okay. Got it.
Who's the current KDF liaison to the Alliance in this sector?
Ooh, in this sector, I actually don't know if there is one in this sector.
Well, if there is, or whoever has the responsibility of the general sector district, I would want to get them on the phone.
All right. Because give me a few minutes to find the right person.
Yeah,
And
no
I-
worries.
I'm gonna coordinate with Talus to make sure that, and Vrask to make sure that everyone arrives safely and securely in sick.
Also, I'm also going to want to make sure that freighter isn't going to explode at some point.
That would be a roll for Kagon to make.
Okay.
As the science officer.
We don't need
Can I
anything to be
also-
going.
Can I also
Go ahead.
just do like a inside con check to see how badly I can tell from just looking?
You know what? Let's make that one roll. So it'll be Kagon primarily with the sensors using. I guess this would be reason engineering on this one.
Okay, my engineering is horrible, but we'll roll with that.
Yeah. So reason engineering assisted with the ship's sensor science, and also assisted by Graz with insight con.
You can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a die to do it though,
Go for it.
because I'm fairly certain I don't have a focus here.
You are not an engineer, so this is correct.
Damn
That's
it,
3?
Captain! I'm a science officer, not an engineer. Yeah, total of 3.
That's 3.
Not including the ship, I don't think.
Yeah, no ship yet. We're still waiting on Journey.
Sorry, what's the ship rolling?
Reasons, science sensors. Okay, so that's a total of 4 successes. You guys are full up, and you've got 2 left over to do whatever the hell you want with. The ship is not going to disintegrate. Their warp core is stable. It's damaged, but it's stable.
I would like to pull the identification for anything we can from that ship. I want to know what ship that is and who has it.
Give me the VIN.
Yeah, basically. I want the Carfax, damn it.
All right, so you check the Kelly Blue Book for Federation freighters.
Used. Definitely used.
Definitely
Fix
used.
rubber.
It's using a false registry. And the reason you can tell is that it's been damaged, and you're like, this very clearly is not following, like, standard, like, the VIN number doesn't match up what would be used. There's, like, 3 digits off.
Or it does match up, but the ship it matches up with is supposed to be in the Alpha Quadrant.
He picked by random, whoever is in charge of the ship, it is literally picked the Defiance VIN number, and you know that can't be right because...
Well, that's point 1 for the Klingons.
I'm gonna make my way down to sickbay where we beamed the.
All right, we're gonna operations
Alice is
is
gonna go down with you.
okay.
Good idea, especially if they're pirates.
Yes.
All right, you walk down there. Vrask is already there. Give me a moment to pull up the rest of your guys' assets. And you're sitting there like, well, they're trying to beam them through all of this like leaking plasma and stuff, and they're having a hard time with this. Just give us a minute, Captain.
Understood.
And it's like, some beeps, some boops. Do you got it? I think I got it. And it's at this moment that the captain's worst fears are confirmed when Mud beams into the sick bay, surrounded by his...
back out.
you can hear the scream from like several decks.
And Talus's antenna kind of splay like, do you need to do that right next to me?
And then as soon as he materializes in, main power goes offline.
Mud.
And so there's just like electrical surges everywhere. Something just happened. And
That's an understatement.
Yeah. And just fuses blow and main power goes offline. You still have auxiliary and emergency.
Talus, make sure he doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, my dear Commander! Lieutenant!
Hi.
It's so good to see you again. No hard feelings of last encounter?
I wouldn't say that.
Oh, that's very
Mud.
sad. It's not like...
Mud. Why are you here?
But why are you here? I was just flying my ship when those horrid Klingons attacked. Foul-smelling barbarians.
Mud?
I didn't do anything, I swear.
Really?
Mud, there's a balance to everything. If you were simply passing through, they wouldn't have fired upon you.
But I haven't had time to do anything. I've been spent the last couple of weeks since we encountered each other repairing my ship. We only just got back out into space.
Is he injured at all?
Yeah, there's some plasma burns, stuff obviously from the attack. Nothing major. It stuff is like, yeah, I can just put some latex flesh on it. I wouldn't even make you roll for it.
Yeah, so Vrask will start doing that and just eyeing the commander and the lieutenant.
Giving the boss the stink eye.
Not the stink eye, he's just giving them the eye. Just like, if he does anything, I'm going to, like, put him to sleep.
Like, is it cool if I sedate him? And it's just like, yeah, it's cool if you sedate him. Mud, could you have done something in the past that these Klingons could have inferred as dishonorable?
Well, I always could have done something in the past.
Mud,
Talus is like eyes are rolling out of her head. Like,
Mud, I'm having a bit of a day. And I'd really like to not lose my temper. Because I'm working on this new me thing where I don't threaten and punch people all the time.
Not in
You're
my med bay,
making it
please.
very difficult because you have a very punchable face.
He has this look of offense. My face isn't punchable. It's downright handsome. How dare you?
Verask is gonna tap his like comm badge. Is there what Captain? What's happening with the power?
Our comm badge is working.
Combaters are not working because they route through the ship's communication system, and that's offline.
Okay, so when he goes to tap, nothing happens. That's
Yeah,
great.
you get the.
and of course, when we beam you on board, our ship loses power.
I have nothing to do with that. I swear.
You are
Quest-
like a walking sentient bad luck charm.
Question: do medical tricorders run off the power of the ship, or do they have their own power source?
They have their own power source. Yeah, they have their own batteries.
I would like to do a scan of him.
Medical or otherwise.
Who medical and then otherwise.
Okay, so two different roles. Medical scan is reason medicine. Other kind of role would be reason.
While that is happening, I'm gonna look for the old school communicators that we keep in case of emergency that we used last time we lost.
Okay, yeah, there's still a few of them, like, in the emergency case on the wall. Like, you open it, they're next to the phasers.
Yeah, I flip it open.
What would my difficulty be?
Difficulty 1 for the medical scan, difficulty for the other.
Difficulty what?
What?
Difficulty 1 for the medical scan, difficulty 2 for the not medical scan.
That's the medicine one.
Alright.
What am I rolling for the non-medical scan?
Reason science.
Your science should be pretty good.
Yeah.
Would any of my
You have no
focuses apply?
foci would apply for this.
Use a momentum.
You're-
Yeah.
All right, I'll go ahead and use a momentum.
You have a free floating momentum, I'm just gonna let you have it.
Cool.
Okay.
Yay. Oh no!
Don't
Reroll.
suppose you have cautious.
Reroll.
I have bold.
That's the okay. So you can't re-roll that. Medically, there's nothing wrong with him. You try to do a scan, and you detect that he's got some contraband on him, like stuff like spiking flame gems and stuff, and there's like stuff in his pockets, a couple of tribbles in there, and so stuff that clearly has to be regulated transports got in pockets. And then the tricorder explodes because of a transient power surge.
Okay, is this enough? Does Talus have enough probable cause here to like pat down this bitch? Like,
If she
Considering
doesn't, she will after I tell her everything that's in his pockets.
you have probable cause simply because the doctor's tricorder just exploded when he scanned Mud. You're like, okay, no, something here is not right.
yeah, no. Talus is going to be like, Talus is going to say, strip.
All right. Presence command, please.
Okay.
This is an opposed roll.
Well,
And if you lose, you strip.
while this is happening, I'm gonna flip open the communicator. With the old like.
Please tell me my aggressive negotiations
Yes.
focus applies.
Yes.
And I'm just gonna let Harrison know that we have a delightful guest in
There are collective groans on the bridge.
Is it too late to beam him back out?
Can I take
Yes.
3 momentum? Can I
You want to
Do
go
it.
take
Do
all taking 3 momentum. Got it. Do it. Do it.
Alright.
All right, and the roll you have to beat of Muds, you have to make at least 2.
Okay.
Oh no! You
Thought
still
you
have to strip.
she has. Doesn't she have? No, it's security, right?
Not for
I do
command.
not have cautious. This is the one character I do not have cautious on.
And that's more fun for us now. You do
But
succeed.
I did beat him.
You did beat him. And so he's like, oh, all right. And so he undresses, and
no.
now you have a very
just put on
naked
a
Mud who's posed.
Who is very interested in what you're going to tell him to do next. Congratulations, you found Mud's fetish.
And he's in the Riker pose with the one leg up on the bile bed.
He's in the powerful woman. Oh no!
I'm going to get containment fields for the things in your box.
I just find the camera angles there some very carefully
Like-
placed
like
objects for every single shot.
Like,
I imagine this whole time Catharis's back has been turned, and they turn around, see this, and just go.
And their ears just go flat.
Yeah, their ears just go flat, and like Harrison, all you hear before.
Talus's antennae are bent all the way back.
Yeah, like
Nurse
And
Navarros
she's
walks
got this
in.
look of like, really? On her face.
Navarros walks in, and the Vulcan nurse screams bloody murder and runs out.
Well, I guess
last
I'm getting
thing-
containment fields alone.
the last thing Harrison hears before like the communicator closes is just like a weird like yowl that like cuts off into like an angry hissing noise. Yeah.
I look over to Kagon. We might need to send security to sickbay.
No.
I concur.
No.
Also, would someone please get us a hand on the horn? I would like to know what happened to my ship.
So, which one are you doing first?
Oh no, I want to see the scene play out over here in sickbay.
Okay, so security said.
Talus is going to like go over is going to call in one of her deputies to contain all of Mud's shit and take it to a secure area for like processing, and then like put it like inside a level 1 force field, that kind of thing. And then she's going to go over and wherever the gowns are kept and just shove it at him.
Okay, so you do that, and as you're about to hand the ground over, Lieutenant Voralis, the lieutenant for earlier, walks in with a small security detail. The Delphinian's face turns white. The fins go into their head, and just their tail stops moving, and they just freeze in horror.
Welcome to your nightmare.
She's like, yes, this is very much a nightmare. Why?
Take Mr. Mudd's possessions to a secure screening area where we can screen for contraband, as well as disarm any devices that he might be carrying.
Oh, I don't need to think about Mudd's devices.
You'll want to put there are tribbles in there, so make sure they're put it in some sort of stasis.
Pop of one just pops out at that moment.
Oh, look, it's so cute.
And then Talus just kind of like she pushes Mud in the chest while she like hands him the gown, just like, and then like just turns her head away, like, I'm not gonna say a fucking another word. Like,
Kateris is holding like Lysol spray.
face Lysol.
Just spraying it into her own eyes, trying to get the image out.
Brain bleach.
We've already had amnesia once, why do I have it again?
I don't need to know any of this.
Alright.
Where's that device on Nimbus? I need it now.
I didn't know Harry Mudd was Jewish.
He is played by Rainn Wilson, so we're cutting back to the bridge now.
I feel a disturbance in the Force.
Where all the lucky people are.
Yes, where all the lucky people are who can't do their jobs because the power is offline.
I thought we took care of this problem last time.
Like that before.
Captain, if the power is offline, I needn't tell you the shields are also offline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have navigational deflectors, but that's not going to help you against the Klingon bird.
No, it's not. Although I imagine if they were still in the area, they would have made a move by now.
All right.
Also, we need to get Sahan on the line. I want to know what's happening to the ship.
All right. So you grab your handheld communicator out of the comm.
Yep.
Captain to Sahan, and Sahan is like, Captain, we're a little busy right now. Capture all the fuses on the ship.
Yeah. Do you know what might have caused this?
I don't know, sir. There was some sort of electrical field that overcharged everything and then blew out all the fuses. I don't know what caused it. It's something external or internal. I don't know. I don't have any sensor data for this.
Terrific. All right, keep what you're doing. Keep us posted.
Aye, aye, sir.
This happened right as we beamed Mud aboard, didn't it?
It is an unusual correlation, Captain.
You ever heard anything like this before? Maybe
Have I
something
heard
that
of
could
anything like this before, Brian? Like any sort of, like, I don't know, possibly Klingon booby trap devices, anything like that?
With the amount of nudity.
Jesus.
Wow.
That was a Freudian slip if I ever heard one.
Freudian slip. No, Kingon makes its own.
My thing is that it has to be something that can be handheld, because something that can be beamed with a person, obviously. But also,
can I get for Kingon, if Kingon is trying to do this, running off of his internal memory? Guess this would be reason, science, and I'm going to increase the difficulty because you don't have access to the computer.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say difficulty 4.
Okay.
Take the die if you need it.
I'm gonna play a value here.
Ooh.
Okay.
Science is the way of the warrior.
Well, you definitely want to science the crap out of Mud to death, so I will allow this.
All right. And I'm gonna take a die.
Okay.
Cool.
Because I do have cautious, apparently. All right. And I do not have a focus, unless I do.
I'm not gonna let you have a focus on this. This is just a straight memory recall.
Okay. Well, 2 successes plus 2 more is 4.
So you hit your target. There have been a couple of incidents that you can think of that were somewhat like this. Probably the most recent one that was just like in the packet of recent events. The USS Pathfinder had an incident where their ship had transient power surges due to some subspace realm incident. There was a similar event on Deep Space Nine that involved an alien life form that was incubating, and another incident similarly caused by a proto-universe being on their station, not to mention the possibility of Cardassian voles getting loose and chewing through the power, but you think it's probably not that. There's lots and lots of anomalies, things that, oh hey, this is an exotic matter thing, and it maybe.
So I'll relay these to the captain.
Well, we can roll the vols. I would probably narrow it down to some sort of device, whatnot. The correlation between
I
Mud
tend to
being on.
concur, although the possibility of Mud carrying an alien within his body is not something I can rule out.
I imagine if some of it's something like that, I believe the doctor would have found it by now.
Turns out Mud is a Gould.
Well, right now you're gonna get a communication from Talus that says that we've confiscated all of Mud's belongings and are putting it in a dampening field.
Kingon, could you go down and perform an analysis on those items?
Will do, Captain.
Thank you.
All right.
Alright, Graz, just you and me watching the fort.
All right. So.
Chief among my concerns, once I see the tribbles down there, is going to be making sure they were not the same breed that was responsible for the destruction of the USS Cabot.
Isn't that all tribbles at this point? They're all descended from that strain?
It'd have to be.
I mean,
yeah.
just by law of probability.
Yeah.
Well, there was the strain that Scotty made. That neutered, basically.
Oh, that applies to a little bit of Edwards in every tribble.
Yeah, there's a little bit of. Fortunately, it's diluted.
Trick I haven't yet seen because I'm in Australia.
Oh, sorry.
Yay.
Sorry.
It's really funny.
It's really funny and really disgusting.
Yes, it's
Just
disturbing
like-
and funny at the same time.
Just
It's
like
like-
this episode right here.
Kind of.
Yeah.
We're pregnant with flavor. All right, so Kingon, you go down to the armory, and you got Mud's clothes, which gives you the nasty, horrible image that was inflicted upon the sick bay in your mind.
Now you're like, oh, those sounds make sense.
No
There's
wonder I heard them all the way on the bridge.
there are 4 tribbles in there. Stuff like spike and flame gems. A couple of other gemstones you don't identify.
Hmm.
A couple of like alien artifacts. Looks like various sources, including one that's distinctly iconic.
Interesting.
Yeah. It looks like this is the stuff he's been smuggling for a while and hasn't found a buyer for, but he doesn't. They're too valuable to take off his person, or he's too afraid of letting them off their person. And of which another trouble pops out at that moment from another trouble.
Ooh. Does my experience with Worf, the Tribble, give me any chance at neutering these Tribbles before they become a threat to the ship?
Yeah, I would say you're a biologist. You can do that.
Okay, let's do that first because that's probably the most immediate threat here.
I'm going to have you. This is going to be a difficulty 3 task because you have to neuter them before they breed more.
Right.
And because, God help us, you're having to also deal with whatever the fuck the trouble. So.
But how are the Tribbles? Are they like screaming in my presence, or are they kind of mellow?
They're screaming in your presence.
Okay.
But it makes it easier to corral them in the corner.
Right, I was kind of thinking that.
I'm a big scary Klingon.
If that doesn't work, just set phasers to vaporize.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
I can explain
just drop
when.
them off the table.
Just
So-
because now they don't
and
die
never
from that.
Materialize them.
Yeah.
Send them down to the mess hall. We'll have for dinner.
After
They're
they're
like
neutered.
They're like a scallop.
Just,
Jesus.
But yeah,
Tribble
make
kebab.
Sure, make sure they're all dead first, because then we'll get
Okay.
cannibal tribbles and that.
But difficulty
We
3.
boil them like a
what's-
lobster.
Okay.
What am I actually rolling?
Daring science, difficulty 3.
Daring science, difficulty 3. Gonna take a momentum for cautious.
Okay.
And xenobiology focus here.
Yes.
All right. That's why I took the momentum for cautious. All right, 2 successes, not enough, but no complications.
All right. So you fail to neuter the tribble because 2 of them managed to get into the air ducts before you can get to them.
Oh no!
Captain, we have a problem.
What now?
Tribbles in the air ducts.
Security teams, it is. I'm going to flip my communicator switch over to Talus.
Talus here.
We have tribbles on board in a cabot situation.
God damn it, they escaped?
They did. They're in the air ducts.
And then what deck is the lab on?
Well, Kingon's in the armory. So.
Oh, in the armory. That's right.
And just to be clear, the armory is.
It seems to me the air ducts would be secured if this is the armory.
Well, there's a problem. You know where the armory is on the Cassini? It's in the shuttle bay.
Okay.
And the thing is, the shuttle bay has to rapidly open and close its life support systems to repressurize it in case of an emergency.
Yeah, see, so it's like the armory on the Normandy.
Yeah, it's a Normandy armory situation. They scuttled around.
That does give me an idea, though.
Mm-hmm.
Seal off the vents from between the armory and the shuttle bay and decompress the shuttle bay.
If we had main power, we could do that.
Yeah, if you have main power, you could do that.
It's even easier to do it without main power. You just open the door.
You mean with the door that's closed and doesn't have power?
There has to be a bypass.
Unless you're planning to literally put on an EV suit, get a crowbar, and physically force open the 5-ton clamshell shuttle bay on the back of the ship.
I imagine there's some kind of pressure situation that would forcibly open the door in emergencies.
Is there a manual override of some kind?
Yeah, there has to be some
pressurization would have a manual override.
Yeah, there has to be some kind of like
in
emergency
case of,
unlock.
Yeah, there has to be an emergency. There would have to be, because in case of fire, that would be the most efficient way to put out the fire. So there would have to be an emergency decompression manual something.
Well, and the Enterprise D did it at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did do it. But they also had a force field up when they did that.
I mean, bottom line, I'm a Klingon. These are tribbles.
Yeah, I get you.
I'm
gonna have
you go without a pressure suit if I have to.
This is the end of Kingon. I'm gonna have
died fighting tribbles.
Yeah, died fighting the enemies of the Empire.
They will sing songs of the Great Tribble Hunt. I'm gonna have you roll for this.
Okay.
This is gonna have to be an insight engineering. Okay, can I override things to make this happen?
Meanwhile, the Makos are suiting up for war.
You literally see the Makos running in, grabbing their Mako battle armor, the pressure suits on them, and running off with their battle carbines to start shooting down tribbles.
All right, everyone. I know what they look like, but we cannot let them win.
All right. So, insight engineering. What's my difficulty?
Difficulty 1.
Okay.
I mean, this is just like standard operating procedures on the ship.
All right.
No foci.
Well, here goes. Nope.
Kingon's like,
I don't work down here. What the fuck do I know about shuttle bay maintenance?
You know what it is? It's that moment in Mass Effect 1. Stupid machine! And then he smashes the console. And somewhere else, Verask is like, someone broke something. I hate them.
Kingon would never break one of Verask's consoles.
Stop getting him in trouble with Sahan.
The Romulans were just like, this is better. Everything exploded.
Would Grass know what the emergency override is in the shuttle bay?
If he was in the shuttle bay.
Could Kingon just call and ask?
Did Kingon bring one of the emergency communicators with him?
He had to be. We've been talking.
Yeah.
Okay,
We were just
then
in
yeah.
communication. Yeah.
Yeah.
Captain, we
Go
could
ahead.
we could decompress the shuttle bay, but well, I don't know how.
Graz,
Graz, insight engineering.
could you do insight con?
No, this isn't
It
a.
is shuttle operations, really.
Yes, but to do this properly and not kill Kingon, you would need engineering.
Con?
This falls under. You guys are trying to argue it, and I appreciate it. This is
Lieutenant, Lieutenant, make the sacrifice if you
I
must.
just feel like anybody should be able to operate the emergency systems with equal, like.
I mean, this is never going to come. This is definitely going to come up under our performance review.
Yeah, like I feel like this is where this game system falls flat. If everybody do the emergency systems.
Everyone can do the emergency systems. You just don't know. You just never use.
We are definitely going to have some refresher courses after this.
Senior
Well, we have
staff
to do
needs to get
mandatory-
off bridge.
We have to do mandatory training now.
What's
Everyone works a shift.
Because Mud was an idiot.
Yeah, basically.
I'm gonna reduce it for Graz because you guys did do a good argument about he would know how to open the shuttle base. It will only be one for Graz.
Alright, well, we'll just take momentum.
Go for it.
I guess no one have a focus.
I'm gonna let you have a focus.
Also,
This would
Kingon
call it
could
small.
could just go into a shuttle. Oh, nice. He could just go into a shuttle and beam himself out. Those things are on a separate power source.
Yes, they are. And you guys, Graz very much. He's like, okay, what you're going to do? Take your tricorder, hook it up as a relay to console 29 Baker. Get into one of the shuttlecraft, seal it, and and it will take care of the shuttle bay.
If that doesn't work, Plan B. We vent everything with warp plasma.
And to start frying the red shirts to get at the triple.
Look, man, worst case scenario here. We are looking at a Grey Goo situation with triples.
All right, Don.
Yes.
So you get the instructions from Graz on how to do this.
Okay.
This is going to be a daring security role for you.
Okay. Kingon
Good
goes
training.
through some mental preparations, deep breaths, yoga.
Kingon, you also secured Mud's belongings before you're doing this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah, everything is secured in like the lockers and stuff. Maintenance crew has put on their EVA suits so that they can keep like working while this is happening. Magnetized boots.
Just before I finish doing this, I'm going to make sure the tribbles are still contained within this area.
Okay.
I'm just going to do a quick scan. I'm thinking my left eye could probably see them.
Through the walls?
It's infrared.
I will
by metal most of the time.
Yeah, infrared and
Okay.
Yeah, like
Tricorder then.
a tricorder, or would you like to use the sensors on one of
Ooh, yeah, use them on the.
Yeah,
on the
that'll
shuttlecraft.
work.
Yeah.
which shuttle?
Oh shit! What are our shuttles named?
We got a Delta Flyer. That's who probably has the best sensors.
Yeah, you've got the Delta Flyer, the Eagle, the Type 9, the Falcon, 3 Type 8s. Technically, you also have the Giovanni down in the lower bay.
You know what? I think the Giovanni probably has the best sensors of any of them. It certainly
That's
got the best science rating.
That's a different bay, though.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a different bay.
All right. Well, whatever's available.
Okay, so the Delta Flyer, the Type 9, or the Type 8?
I'll go with the Flyer.
Okay. So you're going to do... This is going to be Reason Science Assistant with science sensors on the Eagle.
All right. Reason science. Difficulty?
Difficulty 1. This is not hard.
Okay.
Nice.
2.
2. Okay.
What was the eagle rolling?
Sensor science.
Sorry, I had to pull out the sheet.
No worries.
It's fine. We don't get to use the shuttles very often. All right.
No, that was Sensor's Con, but
Oh wait, I
Yeah,
thought I
wouldn't have made
couldn't
it
have
got it anyway.
Yeah, it's 16.
Yeah,
It rolled
yes.
16.
You still get a point of momentum. So you're scanning, and a couple of them have gotten out, but most of them are inside the ventilation system that you could suck at.
okay. Should make mud suck them out.
Does anyone really that in?
I'm gonna take some psychic damage. Excuse me.
It's unresisted. All right. So you go ahead. You set things up. The door.
Actually, with a sensor read on all these critters from the Delta Flyer, I could just beam them on board the shuttle.
Gonna beam them onto the Delta Flyer, and then we have to get flyer.
No, I'm gonna beam them out into space.
Okay. All right.
Popcorn!
Control engineering to
Control
beam them into
engineering?
space. Yeah.
Okay. What's my difficulty?
To beam about what's now up to 24 tribbles, I would say you're looking at difficulty 3 roll
Okay.
to get all of them from different places.
Y'all, I would like to buy 2 dice. Is that all right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Get rid of the damn things.
That's the plan.
Oh wow.
All right. And does the ship assist?
said
The shuttle
down.
will sit.
Yes.
Yes, the Eagle does assist with its computer's engineering.
Okay. That's 3 successes unless I have an applicable focus.
Yeah, 4.
4 successes.
Well, I rolled it with. Well, now it's okay.
Okay. Oh, if it's got only an applicable.
Oh, with a focus. That's why. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
3.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
But 4.
Yeah. So gain a momentum. Okay, on beeps and boops, and then there's beaming, and then there's just a cluster of fuzzies floating through space.
Kingon to bridge.
Bridge here.
The Cabot scenario has been contained, Captain.
Any more triples on the I mean, aside from yours, any more Mud's triples on board?
Negative.
Thank goodness.
And I may need to see if one of the triples beamed out was Worf.
When you beamed it, did you beam all the triples on board?
I may not have been specific.
Then yes, you beamed Worf into space.
Just target the triple that's not pregnant.
It's probably a little late now.
Yeah, that was
my
kind of my
God.
thought too.
Oh my god.
Oh no! We killed Worf!
He died a warrior's death. And I'll close the channel and do a Klingon war shout.
Oh my god.
And then,
Kingon realizes it too late. Like, oh no.
Oh, I feel so bad for Kingon.
I know.
And then we cut-
I'm, like,
we
gonna cry.
and then we cut to space, and there's just a frozen triple floating in space.
No.
Oh. It's like that one shot. It's that one shot where where Saru's gonna die and everyone's just looking solemn at him. We're just cutting to everyone on the ship. Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Sahena's like, "Oh, thank God he didn't beam Mr. Snuggles into space."
Well, Mr. Snuggles is an Epo, isn't he?
Yeah, he's an Epo.
He was safe.
Oh man, I feel really bad for Kingon.
We'll
Ow!
we'll get you a new treble.
It's not the same.
Well, name
It
the
could
next
be
one,
the
Mark.
I mean, it's like a goldfish, really, if we're being honest about it.
We can get him a cat.
Vrask has this, guys. Vrask has this.
Oh, that's right. Beam him back on, have Varask revive him. It hasn't been 5 minutes yet.
Oh, we do have a source of augment blood on the ship. Yeah, that should
Yeah.
that's not fine.
Oh,
No, because then we're just gonna see Worf running through the captain's simulation program. No.
I'll do it. Yeah, this is a worthy cause.
There's just one problem. The captain's a universe.
Oh my god.
Well,
Oh,
it
what?
hasn't been 5 minutes yet, but we can use a cortical stimulant on him.
There's no cortical to stimulate. It's just a scallop.
I'm a really good doctor. Let me do it.
We focused on Worf's tragic death a little too long.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, he got more time than it got more time than an Ewok, so
Uh-huh.
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
See,
Oh,
now,
Alright.
Ewok got more time than all of Alderaan.
well, I think Mud's gonna need some bodyguarding lest Kagon kills him.
Okay, so what is the next plan of action for the crew?
May I suggest that Kagon studied a distinctly Iconian artifact?
I
I was
concur.
gonna offer my assistance for that stuff, since I'm not needed in my med bay anymore.
I want to threaten this shit out of Mud.
I would like to join this. Can we be good cop, bad cop?
Y'all
Can
know
I
that'll only
leave so
turn
I
it
don't
on.
have to write a report about it?
Who's gonna be good cop in that situation?
All right,
No,
no,
it's
I think
it's
gonna be
bad cop
and
worse.
Slightly like it's gonna be like bad cop and worse cop.
Yeah.
So what? You're gonna jam his fingers in the drawer, and what? Catheris is gonna cut him off.
You're not around. You can't stop me.
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad.
All right, all right.
All right. Well, before we get to the torture and the enhanced interrogation techniques, let's have the doctor join Kagon down in the armory part of the shuttle bay and start
Yes.
looking through the other artifacts that Mud left behind. This will be reason science. I don't suppose you have a focus in Iconian technology.
Nope, I just got a Conian war veteran. That's it. I have cybernetics. Nah.
It's not cybernetics.
Nope, no focus.
Yeah, and I don't think Dawn does either.
Negative.
So, difficulty 4.
Okay. What are we rolling?
Reason science.
Reason science difficulty 4. All right. We're getting kind of close to the end of the session here.
Yeah, we are.
Y'all, can I use the rest of the momentum on this?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy 2 dice.
2 dice it is.
There's 3.
And then Vrask,
I'm just assisting, right?
yeah, just 1 die.
And I have cautious, so I can re-roll that 0. So I'm going to.
Because Frost didn't help you. Okay.
There's more.
So, with your you are limited by your understanding of Iconian technology. You don't know
Right.
what this is. You do know it doesn't have a power signature. So, you kind of breathe a sigh of relief. Okay, don't have to worry about omegas showing up on the computer model. There's no
Right.
power readings or anything. You don't think this device.
Not that I would know about that in the first place, or would I?
You would by this point, just as part of the
Okay.
general Iconian.
It had to be declassified because of how prevalent it was in Iconian technology.
Yeah.
There's that.
The fact that the 4 Quadrants Initiative uses space gates that are all powered by Omega, you're aware.
Okay.
You don't know what this is. You think that if it had a power source, it's been long since depleted. It's effectively a trinket at this point.
Good. As long as it's a trinket, we can just send it onto the Daystrom Institute, where it belongs.
you said there were, when we were looking through things, there were a bunch of gems we recognized, and then there were gems we didn't recognize?
Correct.
Is it possible to do a scan on the gems we don't recognize to see if any have, like, an energy signature of it?
Do either of you have a geology focus?
I do.
All right, let's have Kingon take the lead.
Okay, reason science again?
Yeah, reason science, difficulty 3.
Okay. We're out of momentum, so I'm just going to roll 2, and we'll see what we get.
Okay.
1.
So a couple of them are just, they're not really identifiable from visual perspective, but with the tricorder, you're like, okay, this is like variation on the variation sapphire. There's a couple you can't identify. A few of them are.
Are what?
A few you can't identify and are giving off energy.
Well, once we have computers back online, we might be able to get a better grasp on what these are.
That's possible, but the last time I scanned anything anywhere near mud, my tricorder exploded.
Well, on the bright side, Doctor, none of your tricorder didn't explode this time. There's a chance whatever it is discharged.
Or it's actually not here anymore.
And it's at this moment that one of the gems starts to sparkle, and then the scene cuts.
Oh, crap.
No. And so now we're in sickbay for the batter cop scene. And Mud is in a patient's gown, sitting on the bed, legs open, just to make things even worse.
Well, because he's just so completely unconscious of himself.
He's man-spreading, isn't he?
He is hella man-spreading.
So, as I told you previously, very punchable face.
Yes. You did say that. I don't understand. How... This does look like a face you would punch.
What were you carrying?
Just a couple of tribbles and some gems.
Just
Value.
a couple of tribbles. We just had to vent our entire shuttle bay because of just a couple of tribbles.
How cruel. You can't just
One of our crew members lost his pet tribble.
So what you're telling me is you're negligent.
Oh,
No, our negligence? We're not the ones carrying genetically engineered contraband tribbles everywhere.
We're genetically engineered. They were tribbles.
Tribbles are a genetically engineered species.
They are? Ooh. That's new information.
I thought everybody knew this.
Kagon's down in the armory thinking really loud, bioweapon. Or a Federation bioweapon.
Can I, while this is happening, can I scan Mud to make sure that he isn't hiding anything?
Go ahead. Reason security.
I don't have momentum. Do I have a focus?
I don't know what a focus for that, Sarah.
I don't have a focus in it. Well, I guess I do kind of have a focus in espionage, but...
Yeah, but it's Mud. I don't think he qualifies as intelligence.
Wow. One success.
He's not hiding anything. I mean, where the hell is he going to end up hiding it? What? You don't want to think about that.
You know what? I was gonna have Verask check.
Thank you. Thank you. It's not just me. I mean, maybe he has some sort of transponder in his tooth. I don't.
I had to
I
hide
cannot put it
this
past
watch.
Mike to smuggle something up his butt.
You scan. There's nothing internal. The most you have
Okay.
learned is that he could really use a dentist.
Getting Pulp Fiction flashbacks.
Okay, so aside from some tribbles, some gem stuff.
Spike and flame gems. Is that it?
I swear that's all I had. They're very sentimental to me. I would be very displeased if you managed to vent my crystals into space too.
Can Catharis' communicator beep at this point?
The handheld one, yeah.
Yeah.
Boop.
Catharis here.
This is Harrison.
Captain,
How's it going with our guest?
we're just having a little chat.
Fantastic. Could you ask him where he picked up the Icodian piece of hardware he found?
Oh, he had Icodian technology.
Indeed.
He failed to disclose that, and I'm like looking directly at Mud while talking on the communicator.
What
Perhaps
TV and technology.
Perhaps you could also recite to him the actual regulations and laws against civilians possessing Iconian technology, as well as, I believe, the mandatory internment time of, I believe, 15 years.
I'd be happy to.
I swear, I didn't know that I had any Iconian technology. I found so much
Ignorance
free
of
kids.
the law is no excuse.
And also because the first person to attempt to arrest him was Klingons, that typically places him under their jurisdiction.
Ooh, that might be a death penalty.
His eyes just go up. He sent me to foul-smelling barbarians to die.
Oh, look at that! Xenophobia! Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
it's at,
believe...
this, it's at this moment, just to wrap things up, the two down in the shuttle bay are talking about the analysis. The gem that had started to sparkle lets off an electric current into the system again, and auxiliary power goes down. And some of the EPS conduits. And that's where we have to end tonight's episode.
Oh,
No!
Damn it, Mud.
It's from the weird mage planet!
Oh, Jesus, is it?
You'll
Could
find
be.
out next week.
God,
Episode
the power-
title? Episode title? Stuck in the Mud.
That actually is the episode title. Holy shit!
That is. That's perfect.